Yeah, welcome to this channel. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe to our channel. In the news today, group slams bribery allegations against Senator Natasha. Duru as national disgrace. A group, Coalition of Nigerian Youth, has again come hard on United Kingdom-based activist Sandra Duru after one Mr. Obinna Akudike from Imo State accused her of bribing him with a sum of 2.5 million naira to defame Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. Obinna, who said he had known Sandra for 15 years, as both hailed from Imo State and have worked together in the past, said Sandra reached out to her during the Easter period and brought up a deal, all aimed at blackmailing Senator Natasha. His confession came days after a media personality, Frances Olisa Ogbonnaya, made a similar confession. She had alleged a coordinated attempt to smear the reputation of Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, accusing Professor Sandra Duru, also known as Professor Ngbeke, of orchestrating a blackmail campaign with manipulated audio recordings and falsified claims of sexual harassment. Reacting to the latest development in a statement made available to journalists on Thursday, the coalition said the multiple bribery allegations involving Sandra were becoming way too many to be ignored. The group said it was clear that Sandra was not acting alone, but as a hatchet job for the same people who want Senator Natasha out of the way and want to silence her voice forever. The statement, signed by the group's national president and national secretary, Abdul Mohammed Nasir and Victoria Ademola, respectively, as well as the national PRO Ibe Columbus Amechi, said the confessions has become just not shameful but turning to national embarrassment. It is regrettable that ever since Senator Natasha made the sexual harassment allegation against Senator Akpabio, we have continued to witness all manner of embarrassing drama. More worrisome is the fact that the entire scenario, which smacks of desperation to cover certain news and silence Senator Natasha, is becoming a national embarrassment. Two persons have vocally come up to say that they were induced by Sandra Duru to blackmail Senator Natasha. Our question is, why are we being treated to this level of desperation? Who are those orchestrating this national shame and embarrassment? Nigerians have had enough of this charade from Sandra and her sponsors, and at this point, we urge security agencies to rise to the occasion. This idea of sacred cowing certain Nigerians in the society is highly condemnable. Sandra Duru should at this point be fished out from wherever she is and made to face the wrath of the law. We also urge those using her to retrace their steps at this point. It is not too late, for them to toe the path of justice by recalling Senator Natasha and restoring all her privileges, the group stated. It added that karma is real, and we should not forget that no matter how long it takes, there is always a time for nature to reward injustice. Those were the submissions of a coalition of Nigerian youth that had decided to speak against the miscomings or the shortcomings of one Professor Sandra Duru as regards the case between Senator Natasha and then Godswill Akpabio. I think from the tone of this report, the group is speaking against the woman, believing that woman Sandra Duru is already a pro Akpabio woman, trying to route for him and working day and night tooth and nail to smear the image of Senator Natasha. And at this point in time, I think there is a need for Nigerians to rise up to the occasion. And that is what the coalition of these Nigerian youth are saying. They felt that the fact that more than one person has come out, even to have come out to speak against this situation openly, they made their own open confession that different times Professor Duru Sandra had tried as much as possible to bribe or to induce them so that they can defame Senator Natasha. One of them is one Mr. Obinna Akudike. He's from Imo State, and they happen to have been an acquaintance of Natasha long ago before now. I think he said they've known each other for 15 years and they worked together before. And then another person is a media personality, Frances Olisa Ogbonnaya, who also made similar confession. Of course, it is, sickening, honestly speaking, if this set of allegations are true, because it has to do with politicians. We don't know which one to hold on to, whether it is Akpabio's group that is trying to blackmail Natasha, or it is Natasha's group that is trying to blackmail Akpabio. So we don't know which is which. But the point remains that it's a national shame, like the coalition said, and it's also an embarrassment. Respected citizens of Nigeria, distinguished senators from the hallowed chamber coming out, trying to do all this fight in the mud style of solving their problems. They've, decided to be civil before now. They've approached the court of law. And I think what is good is for them to restrict every fight and argument and every jab throwing to the court of the law, and then let the court of the law, a competent court of the law with right, local standing, make the declaration so that we will know what the situation is as at present. But for these two people to begin to use backdoor mechanism or method to try as much as possible to outwit each other, it's not good. It's a shame. As a news is coming forth, it seems as if from the tone of the coalition, it is the Akpabio group that is trying to use an underhand method even to defame Senator Natasha, meaning that after the Akpabio group has succeeded in suspending her even from the Senate for 6 months, she's been banished. They also want to make sure that they malign her image, and probably they might be thinking they will also win in court, trying to count that in every circumstances, in every level, they are stronger and better than she is. But whatever they are doing, they have forgotten that the word senator is before their names, and they didn't know that it is not their birthright. It is Nigeria that conferred that opportunity on them. And if Nigeria is also going to be embarrassed in this matter, I think both of them need to put on their thinking caps and they begin to think along the right path. I'm not saying Natasha should not seek justice. If there is truly a sexual harassment against her, she has approached the court, and that is the right thing to do. And every sane person should know that she needs to be supported and given the moral, support to make sure that, as she has spoken of, nobody again among the elites or the corridor of power will misuse the opportunity or the chance given to them by trying to, usurp the office or their power, knowing fully well that nobody is above the law. So we support that. But then, if it is just politicking, shame on them, because we don't want a Nigeria whereby unserious people will be at the ends of our fear. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe to our channel. Thank you.